Shares of Novo Nordisk are up sharply this morning. The company said its anti-obesity drug Wegovy exceeded expectations in an important late-stage trial with regard to its ability to reduce the risk of having a major cardiovascular-related event like a heart attack or stroke. Joining us now with more on the company, Jared Holz, the healthcare sector strategist at Mizuho. Jared, great to see you again. We were just talking about the SELECT trial yesterday on Fast Money. 20% reduction was way beyond what anybody, including yourself, was expecting. What does this mean in terms of reimbursement in your view?
Great to see you again, too, Melissa. I think, as you said, 20% well ahead of expectations. It's just going to open up the market to a bigger patient population over time. If managed care, these insurance companies, can kind of get around the near-term cost of prescribing more drugs over the near term for obesity, there's now, a long-term, large clinical trial that proves that there's a big cardiovascular health benefit for patients staying on these drugs. So near term and also over the long term, I think the obesity category is clearly going to be one that we're going to continue to watch. And then, insurance companies are obviously going to have to find a way to carve these drugs into their plans at an affordable price. But those are the two main things we're looking at this morning.
How soon do we start hearing about reimbursement, Jared, and how soon do analysts like yourself start marking up their models to account for this bigger market?
Well, I think, most analysts that cover these stocks have, jacked their numbers up pretty high already. I'm not sure how much there is to go, but I think what the trial kind of does now is it substantiates some of the numbers that have been thrown out there in terms of, is this a $50 billion market? Is it $60 billion? Is it $70 billion? I think with these results this morning from Novo, we're finally at the point where we can probably justify some of these numbers. So do they move significantly higher? I'm actually not too sure because analysts have been pretty liberal with their assumptions so far. And I agree with some of them. I do think, some of the long-term numbers may be a little bit aggressive, but we can finally point to some scientific evidence that will substantiate it. Right. In terms of when this starts to really come on, soon. Mounjaro for Eli Lilly is actually not even fully approved for obesity yet they just beat that number by 200 million in this quarter. So people are taking it off label. This is it's a multi-year game. I think we're still fairly early. And now with the data this morning, it's really going to, bring these drugs to the forefront over the next couple of years from an investment standpoint as well.
Hey, Jared, the great irony, maybe we could put up Pfizer on the screen. You put up Pfizer against Eli Lilly, for example, and you think to yourself, Pfizer did $100 billion of sales, doing COVID vaccines. This was supposed to be, this great profit machine. And here we are. There it is. Actually, that's a great example of what you're seeing there. Eli Lilly just outperforming based on the back of this obesity drug. And by the way, we used to talking about COVID. We used to talk about obesity being related to COVID. So there's these fascinating sort of cross currents in all this. My question to you was going to be actually, what do you do with a Pfizer in this area? Because they haven't really made it into the space. But at the same time, you're saying it's early days. My question is, have we put almost too high a multiple now on these other stocks based on the promise of all of this?
It's a great point, and it's a great question. The disparity in valuation is something that I look at nearly every day. I know a lot of investors that are, participants in healthcare look at this very often as well. Lilly's obviously been a huge beneficiary of being in the two of the bigger markets that we can talk about from a patient population, one being obesity/diabetes, and the second, Alzheimer's. So they've kind of put themselves in a sweet spot, whereas I think investors have looked at Pfizer on the COVID side as being a company that was more involved in a one-time situation that is very unlikely to repeat, at least to the magnitude that we saw in 2020 and 2021. And they've spent a lot of that money away in these big mergers. Obviously, Seagen has yet to be approved, but between that and Biohaven and a few other deals over the past couple of years, some of that cash, they've allocated a lot to M&A, and I think the street has been, mixed, I would say, as far as whether those deals were good or not, and time will tell. But yes, I think over the long term, do you want to, potentially start looking at a Pfizer here versus a Lilly on valuation? Maybe to some degree, but the narrative still for most investors now for Lilly and Novo is still much better than it is for a Pfizer.
You were cautious last night on Lilly, Jared, given the valuation, how much is baked into the stock. At this point, it's raised its guidance. The SELECT trial data was much better than expected. We're still expecting the Alzheimer's drug approval by the end of the year. Has all of that been factored into this valuation at this point, or is there more to run?
Well, at $500, which I think is where the stock is kind of approaching this morning, yes, a lot of it I think is in here. I think, unfortunately, in healthcare, which doesn't have that many winners, at least of the large cap variety, Lilly still kind of stands out as higher quality, and they're clearly beating numbers. And yeah, the caution was mainly around, excluding the SELECT trial, was a lot baked in valuation. I would still say yes, but clearly, Novo's results today helped the broader discussion. So it's a little bit difficult to get negative on it, but at a valuation that's approaching or actually exceeding 50 times this year and close to 40 times next year, yes. I mean, versus the pharma peer group, it seems well extended, but they have a much better story to tell than most.